Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Dark Bull Algo, and thanks for joining me on another end of the day watch list review and possibly a watch list building session while we're at it. Today is the first of the month. Bone Thug and Harmony songs going through my head right now. Today was pretty crazy, pretty decent, pretty alright day. Today is Wednesday, September 1st, 2021, and welcome. So, every morning I stream an hour before the open. I take requests and I go through a watch list. And we create a watch list. We're looking for stocks that have a higher than greater probability of making a move to the upside. We use some different tools to do that. I use stack moving averages for my charts, Fibonacci, MACD, RSI, stochastics, all of the standardized charting tools. But however, with a chart, you're really looking in the past. You're looking at the past to kind of predict the future. We also use a smart money dark pool and block trade algorithm software. It's provided by the traders over at FlowTrade. It allows us to see what large institutional and hedge funds are doing before the market reacts. So let's imagine ROKU is selling off, price action is selling off. Well, institutions are buying into that. So we're actually able to see, we're able to read the tape, so to say, in a way that's very visual, very graphic, and something that we're used to. We're all used to looking at trend lines. Pretty much, and price action. So the chart you see in front of you is the FlowTrade interface. I'm going to put a link in the description, and it's going to be pinned. Yeah, it's going to be pinned in the description. If you want a free trial, go check it out. It can integrate with any existing strategy you have. While you're there, you can probably learn a new strategy that'll probably make you a lot of money. Well, I can't say that. It'll teach you a new trading strategy. Excuse me. Yeah, it's really needing to clear my throat. I apologize. Let's see where we are. So I'm going to mark up my charts. I marked up my charts this morning. I'm going to remark them up now. I'm trying to keep this video short and sweet, so I'm going to run through the overview really quickly. Okay, white lines that you see are price action. The white squiggly lines, right? Squiggly price action. Red lines are regular block trades. Blue lines are going to be dark pool block trades. If you see me drop a white line, insert jokes. And next, that just means that the dark pool and the regular block trade are so close to each other that they can't really separate out. That's a very significant level to keep an eye on. Okay, this morning we went over Duke Energy, Zoom, BIDU, BABA, NIO, and I think DOX. Also, BILI popped back up. BILI had a nice move today, and Lucid Motors. So I'm going to start with Lucid. As I do that, I'm going to go ahead and clear out my drawing tools from BILI and from ROKU. Did we go over ROKU? We didn't go over ROKU, but ROKU came in play today. ROKU may have an opportunity for the next couple of days. So I'll go over the plays. The first one, I don't remember what order we looked at these in. I know that Duke was in there. I know Zoom was in there. I know BIDU was in there. Hold on, I need to write this down. ROKU. Alright, and let's see, what was the other one? Is it DOX? Possibly DOX. Alright, so let me clear out Duke. Duke Energy, right? Okay, here we go. Looking at Duke on the 15-minute chart. So starting off 9.1, nice gap up to this regular block trade level at 106. That level printed at about 2 o'clock. So obviously it hit right about when price action hit there. Just like a support and resistance line, it hit, rejected, broke through. Now it's back testing. So this is bullish. I'm still bullish on Duke. Some of the divergence has played out, but the algo led the way. And what do I mean by that? So if you notice over the last couple days with Duke, one, it was choppy, right? But overall, price action's been in a downtrend. Well, the algorithm since the 12th has been steady net buying. What that does is it allows us to see that large orders are coming in from market makers and movers, and as long as the algo is consistent and price action has divergence must play out, kind of like a gap, right? So the divergence is playing out. If we would have bought in, if we would have got here, notice that there's bullish divergence, price action is selling off while the algo is buying. Any of these, pullbacks to support right? We could have got in knowing that this divergence here must play out. Okay, yes, the divergence played out. There's a lot of little micro divergences within there, but this divergence is pretty much played out. So we do have nice, strong uptrend forming, right, from price action. Looks like it may try to form a little bit of a flag. The algo is still curled up in a bullish, in a bullish sentiment. So look for that to continue long using 106 as support. That was Duke. Don't know. Let me see. I'm really trying to decide if I want to start going into options with each one of these stocks. I know that everybody wants me to keep these videos down to like 10 minutes or less, but in order for me to review an algorithm and price action and getting into some options chains, it may be a little bit more than 10 to 15 minutes that everybody's talking about. If we look at Duke, okay, I'm going to look to target previous highs. Sometimes it helps if we have a chart. I've got toss charts. I'm really starting to dig these trend spider charts, though. I don't know why. I just like them. However, they're never going to be a replacement for a trading view as far as non-broker specific charts go. When we looked at this over the last couple of days, we had a supply zone, we had a demand zone. Obviously, we ran up today, pulled back to that demand zone, or excuse me, to that supply zone, and we're continuing to move up. Stack positive moving averages. 8, it's on top of 21, on top of 34. We are up 50s on top of the 200 SMA. So we did get that SMA bounce right there. That's very bullish. We're looking at a slingshot squeeze on the 6-minute, which I need to change real quick. I like to use a 15-minute. The only thing I'm a little concerned about is, and I'm not super concerned, is that we've been consolidating the last couple of days and we finally reverted to the mean. I've been pushing this reversion to the mean business pretty hard over the last couple of videos, and it's true. Whenever a stock is 1 to 2 to 3 ATRs away, or average true answers away from the mean, the mean likes to act as a magnet, right? So you can see that we did revert to the mean today. We are on the daily. We've got the 50 on top of the 200, so we're trading right at the 21 EMA. Looking for this slingshot squeeze down here on the daily to see how it's decreasing now, to come back down and release. That should propel us back to these, these highs at 108 and etc. Right? Looking for the MACD to curl around and cross over, so negative, neutral, and increasing MACD on the daily. 15-minute. All right, I have the alert set. We broke above it. We're currently above. Look at this beautifully stacked moving averages, right? 8, 21, 34, 50, 200 SMA. All right, so we got a little oversold histogram. The squeeze histogram it hasn't crossed over, so it may just be consolidation, right? So what else are we looking at here? Possible cup and handle. I like Duke for the rest of this week. I'm going to probably try to grab, depending on what happens overnight. Let's see what we got. All right, monthly only options, not super thrilled about that. These 110s, look at the open interest. Look at the volume on those. That's the open interest. 12,000, 6,000. Going out to October, 110s definitely look pretty juicy to me. So a couple strategies. You could do the 105, 110 vertical. You could do a fly. There's lots of good ideas on there. So I'm gonna write Duke. Okay, so that was Duke. Moving on. Got to get through these quickly. All right, moving over to the right. Zoom. Now, I got into Zoom, and it I've got a lot of heat right now on Zoom. And I got kind of head faked, and it happens to the best of us. I'm rebuilding my command center here, so I've got my laptop and my other monitor set up over here, finally, but at the expense of not being able to really pay attention to certain trades that are a little higher risk. Going into this morning, Zoom and the algo had diverged bullishly from price action, right? Dead cow bounce to consolidation. We have regular block trades and dark pool levels that are providing support and resistance, right? Dark pool level is at 295.98, and let me tell you what, it did its job today. So this 295.98 level, right, it's going to be a pain to get back through, but we're going to have to do it. Currently resting at 292.21. We did break below that block level support. However, check out the algorithm, right? And I was a little sketched today, but I did see the algo making this, right? The algo was selling off. The algo reversed and started to continue up. I was pretty sketched until then. However, pretty strong net buying. This kind of looks like just a pullback to the next move, right? However, that right there, you got to keep an eye on. You have to keep an eye on that, and hopefully it's just going to be, hopefully the algo is just doing one of these, right? Flagging. We are right at support. I don't know if it can go any further without some serious catastrophic issues happening with Zoom. So looking at Zoom on the old chart and just trying to make a decision if I want to roll these options out until next week, or if I just want to try to maybe take the L like a man. So going into the morning, we had a nice run up at the morning open, right? This is what got me into it. We had a bull flag overnight. We have stack positive moving averages. We were neutral. We had a MACD golden cross going on. We had a squeeze that looked like it was going to release, right? So nice little pop, right? Got in on the pullback, got up, thought it was going to go ahead and make the move for the rest of the day. Went about my business, realized that it got stuffed right here at this $299, this $300 level. Didn't make it up to my 304. So there is a demand. I mean, the trade is, it's just tough. I don't want to say it's still valid because the histogram, instead of sloping down, it actually increased a little bit. So I'm a little leery on this. This is super heavy. I'm going to see what happens overnight. If we maintain demand level support or pop up, VWAP is going to be our first issue, 295. So we got to get above the 50 again. Yeah, it's this MACD golden cross on the 15. Probably going to save our butts. Okay. Obviously, the target is previous high at 305 for continued run into 310. Looking at the options chain, these options are like they're just super cheap right now because we're running out of time this week, and the IV is super low, right? So those 295s at $2, super generous. The 300s at 110, they're down 54%, right? Sometimes I try to look at open interest and volume. I also like to see if I can get an options contract that has potential to triple. So this could be a double one. I don't like that this could be a pin. So I'm concerned about pinning. If we don't get explosive moves tomorrow, I may take these, roll them out to maybe even the monthly expirations, right? And convert them to a possible fly or a vertical at that point. So, yeah, definitely need to babysit Zoom, and I hate babysitting stocks. Moving on to BIDU, down here in the lower left-hand corner. Going into this morning, we had bullish divergence. So just kind of pretend like this section doesn't exist. So we had bullish divergence. Price action was making higher highs, higher lows. The algo was continuing in a strong uptrend. So it was basically net buying. Gapped up at the open and proceeded to run. Now, we ended up getting a little bit of bearish divergence. So now price action has diverged from the algorithm. This divergence doesn't immediately have to play out, but it will end up having to play out. So if you're in BIDU, I would definitely just look at maintaining, maybe managing some positions. It's at a pretty good spot right now, especially with that nice gap up, right? What was that, 157 to 167, like $10 gap up. All right, looking for the algo. I'd like the algo to go ahead and curl back around and continue dragging price action up with it. So we've got this, we've got uptrending. All right, we've got uptrending support, created a gap. I don't know if this is trying to form a flag, right? But the algo, in my opinion, needs to curl back around and continue up to the upside. Maybe it'll bounce off this trend line. If I drew it properly, maybe it would. All right, looking at BIDU on the chart. BIDU. All right, BIDU on the chart. This is that move, right? Nice, massive run right there. So we'd moved up overnight. We were at 1 ATR. We were at the mean. All right, we're trying to come up and tap the 50 SMA at 2 ATR. Still, this trade is still valid in my opinion, right? Nothing has changed from where we opened. Stack positive moving averages, 821.34, 50 on top of the directional 200 SMA, right? We are still below the 50 and the 200 over here, but this slingshot squeeze has started to become a little less, it's starting to gain some momentum here. So we need this overnight squeeze to gain some momentum. As you can see here, right, when this squeeze popped, it gave us an explosive move to the upside. Looking at this, where price action pulled back to the 21, didn't break it, it's riding the 8 EMA right now, we may get a little bit of movement overnight. I don't anticipate much more than the 50 SMA on the daily, so 170. I believe we may get some pretty harsh rejection right there, based on just the fact that it's the 50 SMA on the daily. Okay. Next stock that we went into was I looked at NIO. I don't have time to do all of them. And do BABA because I believe that has some opportunity. And we're going to look at ROKU because ROKU did some things today. All right. Looking at NIO over here in the lower left hand corner. All right, let me just clear out some of this drawing, and then we'll start. So going into this morning, NIO, the price action was trading with the algorithm, like they were just a parallel channel. We had regular block trades and dark pool block trades. So it looked like we gapped down overnight based on news, found support, ran up, broke above the block trade level, and now we're pulled back, right? I don't know if this is forming a head and shoulders, but it does look super, enthusiastic. It's not giving me a lot of confidence, to be honest with you. 39.27 seems like a level that, for some reason, NIO is having some issues with. Remember, this used to be a $50 stock a couple months ago, right? A $50 stock. So it's got... I guess we're going to have to do that. So I'm looking for a dark pool support at 38.34, a break of that, and I feel like we come back and test, we stair step down throughout these block trades. The next one below that's 38.60. I'm not super thrilled with the algo being, it had just started its uptrend, right? It had just started its move up like this. I don't know if this is a pullback to support at a block trade level. We had one come in today at 37.43. That's a pretty far pullback to be a block trade level support, right here. Okay. I'm going to definitely keep an eye on this algo. I don't know if it's forming a cup and handle or what. For me to really be interested in NIO, long, or even short, I would have to say, yeah, so massive drop overnight. It gained it all back, and then it just sold back off. This is not comforting for me. Range bound, NIO is range bound. Range bound or range bound, where are they? All right, so, all right. TTM squeeze rolling around. Looks like we got a little bit of a golden cross. First day the histogram was positive. Yeah, this is just, it's too hard to really gain a direction. Going into last night, we had a nice stack positive moving averages. Things were going well. Numbers came out. We sold off, found support, gained it all back at the open, ripped right to it. Probably trapped a lot of people right here at this level, right? Probably trapped a lot of people at that level. Broke overnight highs. People probably got in thinking that the uptrend was continuing, or maybe they tried to front run it and got it right here. So we did pull back to VWAP below the 21, below the 34 EMA. The 50 and the 200 SMA are stacked positively, and we're looking for that MACD golden crossover. All right, so I'm going to wait till it's a little bit more clear-cut, defined trend rather than playing this whipsaw. Okay, nobody likes to play with saws. All right, the next one was Baba. Oh, Baba, da Baba, da Baba, da Baba, da Boo. Dibbity bobbity boop. Okay, going into this morning, the algo was consolidating with price action. Right, they were both just trading together, flat. We had a gap up and consolidation. This time the algo's pointed a little bit down. So I don't know what it is, but Baba loves dark bull levels. 173 is the pin for this sucker. And look at that. Look at that support. Man, dark bull support at 173. Below that, we've got 166.99 as the next level of dark bull support. Those both came in today. So this let's see, this one came in at 903, right? This one came in at 1127. So that would be 12 and I'll have to look at the time scale, but look, yeah. I mean, it's kind of rolling over. Like, I like clean directional moves with the algo, right? Something I can be like, hey, look at that giant line. It's just going to ride that line forever. Okay, this algo needs to turn back around. It has not broken. It's kind of got its own little channel. Wrong tool. It's kind of got its own little channel going on here, right? That it hasn't broken out of yet. Right, so it can channel trade as long as it doesn't break down below that and take out some of these regular block trades that came in at the end of the month at 160 and 158. Right. That there and this one here. Looking at NIO on the old chart piece, yeah, I mean this is manipulation at its finest. So gonna wait till the trend's a little bit more clearly defined. Oh, Baba, duh, Baba. I don't know why I said that. I was like, that chart looked familiar. I already did it. All right, Baba. Parabolic. Can we say parabolic move? Parabolic move comes in 3 stages. Stage 1, stage 2. Next move is rip mode. Don't believe me? Go look at Investopedia. Parabolic move. Okay. All right. So the goal is reversion to the mean, which is the 21. So that's 177.80, right? Anything above that is just gravy. We do have the 50 and the 200 above us, so that's pushing down. Got a MACD golden cross on the daily, right? First day the histogram's been positive and increasing. Looking for the squeeze to slingshot up and release to thrust us up to, 1 to 2 ATR. Looking at previous highs or previous lows to kind of guide us, it's gonna be a little difficult. So 175 is the 1618 extension. I don't know where I began this with that. The retracement from. So I can't validate these fib levels, to be honest with you. I can't be like, oh, I know it came from this high to this low, so it's valid for this run. It's not. So I'm just going to look at the moving averages. I'm going to look at the histograms, right? The 8 and the 21 have they're just squeezing. Something's going to pop out. It's probably going to pop out to the upside. Because if it pops out to the downside, the 34 is going to catch it and be like, okay, go back on your way. So 8, 21, 34, 50, 200 SMA. I can probably kill this alert. Right? Yes. Remove the alert of that line. Again, look for MACD crossover, looking for this slingshot effect to come back around. I would probably say we would get another pop at the open to 179. 178, 179 for Baba. That's another $5 move. Okay. All right, I think that's it. We went over the stocks we went over this morning. I showed you what I feel like they're going to do for the rest of the week. That's it. Thanks for joining me. Once again, my name is Dark Bull Algo. I'm here every morning, Monday through Friday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. All I ask in return I totally forgot to ask you guys to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, share it with family, friends, and neighbors. Okay, I think that's it. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Join me. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section below. But most importantly, source the information. Let me know what you guys are looking at so I can get it prepped up and up on the charts so we're not spending a long time loading up charts. We don't like doing that. We like to be able to blow through things. All right, that's it. See y'all tomorrow.